Now, people are still having a hard time wrapping their heads around how much the coronavirus pandemic will impact their everyday lives for the foreseeable future. So Dr. Phil McGraw is joining us live via FaceTime to help put things into perspective. Please welcome back Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil. So what can people do to reduce anxiety in the face of all of this? What are simple things people can do?
Well, that's a great question, Whoopi. And number one is we have to realize we're not helpless. The main thing that makes people really feel anxious is that they feel like they're just helpless and there's nothing they can do. And that gets into the mental health aspect of this thing. We have to understand that we can do things to protect ourselves and the people that we love. And one of the things that we need to start to maintain our mental health is we need to limit the sources that we're getting our information from. First off, we need to stop politicizing this and listen to the scientists. I don't care what the politicians say, shut up. Listen to the scientists. And so you need to limit the sources you're paying attention to and limit the time that you spend obsessing about this. Check in twice a day to the media and find out what's going on. You don't need to monitor this 7 hours a day.
Right.
And then we need to understand, you mentioned this earlier, look, monsters live in the dark. If you're going to play the what if game, well, what if I get it? Well, play that out to the end. What if you do get it? 85% of the people have mild symptoms, like if you had a normal flu, that don't require hospitalization. So if you're going to play the what if game, play it out all the way to the end. And I think it's very important that, look, if you help other people, that fills you up and it pushes anxiety out of your life. So instead of sitting around worrying about yourself, do some of the things you guys were mentioning earlier. Look around. Are there elderly people around that need help? Are there people, neighbors that you can do things for? Drop meals off. Do anything that you can help other people. It really helps to give. And I'm a strong believer. Crises don't make heroes or villains. It just reveals who people really are. And we're going to see a lot about who people really are during a time like this.
Dr. Phil, this is Megan. We've all seen the empty store shelves. I went grocery shopping this weekend. People are hoarding items like hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes, and there's obviously the great toilet paper crisis of 2020. What's the psychology behind the behavior of people hoarding these type of things?
Well, you know, I was listening to you guys talk earlier, and a psychologist had said, you know, this is normal. It's predictable, but I don't think it's necessarily normal. I think it's an irrational fear that, you know, we're heading into the apocalypse here. And that's just really not true. People need to understand that half of the people in the world that have had this disease have already recovered and gone back to their lives, gone back to work. 80,000 people in China, and these are verified numbers, not the Chinese numbers. These are verified numbers. Out of 80,000 people that have had this, almost 65,000 have already recovered and gone back to their lives, gone back to work. So we kind of think that these shelves aren't going to be restocked. And it's sort of just a irrational fear that we're going to be holed up in caves forever. That's just simply not going to happen. If we do the things that are required, containment and mitigation, this thing can really turn around in 30 days and you can start seeing a decline, particularly with us moving into warm weather.